Hello everybody and welcome back to some Railroad Tycoon 2. This time we are going to be doing the scenario, which way to the coast. I was going to say which way as in a witch, but that would have been pronounced the same. Anyway, yes, this is quite a tricky one actually, because this entire section here we cannot build on, and there's one track going between the two sides, and each side has different resources. Anyway, we have 3 bonuses here, as always, but only one of them, well, 2 of them are okay actually. The top one's a waste of time. The second one's not bad. I believe that would really help us early on if we go down passenger to get us started. But the plus 15% engine speed feels like the way to go here. I cannot remember what the goal is in this actually. It's either company value or personal wealth. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's begin. What if the Nullarbor section of the Trans-Australian Railroad was built and you were allowed to use it along with all the other aspiring rail barons? No special routing privileges on that track, valuable cargo waiting on either coast, and no track laying rights in the Nullarbor... Sorry, am I pronouncing that right? Nullarbor plains. Could you make a go of it? Generate a personal net wealth of 10 million by 1958, wow that's a long time, for a bronze, do it by 1948 for the silver, and a gold 1938, that is 19 years. Okay, that's our goal then, so let's have a look, shall we? This is the Nullarbor, whatever. We cannot build a tool on it. Well, we also don't have a company. Now, although it's personal wealth, we do want to put in as much money as possible. We want to get off to a good start. That is actually really quite good. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. We actually have, along here, some resources that we can take from, I think. I don't know. Well, I hope we can. I'm not sure if we can. As I hope we can, it's not really a big deal, because there's a little trick with this, you see. And the trick is, you want to build a little station on each side. The AI is not going to bother use it, probably. But if you build a station on each side, you sort of send resources between the two, and because you're going to get penalised in terms of revenue, it's going to count as being on somebody else's track, you see. And we don't want that. Okay, let's sort of kind of get an idea. I saw a steel mill in Putnori. Some of the place names in Australia are just kind of crazy, and a lot of them I'm pretty sure on this side of the country. Absolute mad names. Woomera, I believe I once did a flight simulator series, and I believe that's where I started actually, and it's, where did I stop it? Singapore? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm liking the sort of cluster of things here. There's nothing that connects immediately. We may want to try and go for passengers first. Adelaide is alright. Ivanhoe. Sydney. What about this side over here? Perth. This could work over here. Now I'm seeing aluminium mills here. I'm seeing coal. I'm seeing iron. Lots of coal and iron together, and we have the steel mill there. Can we operate that right away? Because if we can, let's say we do that, and then where would we take the steel? I don't know. There's nowhere really for it, unless we just take it further, or we take it all the way back. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Where demands steel? You down there. Okay, that could work. That could work. We need to take some produce over there, though. If it was that one. And there. And same sort of... No, this has the tool die factories are only over there. No, there they are. There's a tool die factory there. Okay, that's interesting. And what did we get out of harbours as well this time? Any ports? Produce 1 sugar. Lots of passengers. Okay, that's interesting. No ports there. That's a shame. I am very tempted to... How much do trains cost? Nah, right, we can actually see it because those stations count as usable. Trains aren't very good this time, are they? I think the Pacific's quite a good one. Bit pricey though, quite expensive to run. The Camelback's slow. The Atlantic is terrible at any sort of gradients. Pacific is okay. This Pacific seems like the better train, to be honest. Yeah. The Prayer is not so bad. That's actually quite reliable. How did I say that? 262 Prayer. Prairie, of course. Sorry, that's how you say it. Kind of comparing these two. This is probably the cheaper train to use. It's considerably cheaper, actually. Quite reliable, but a bit slower. Okay. Alright, so I think I have a strategy in mind. Right, track building is higher, station building is cheaper, so we want to get our stations in first. Then we'll switch over and maybe pick up this guy. Can we also issue a bond? Yeah, I totally want to issue a bond. That gives us a good bit of money to deal with. I want to build here first. Oh, that's almost perfect. We lose a house, but I think this is worth it. We've got the iron in. A good amount of houses. So stations first. We're going to build a station here. There it is. Little port, essentially there. Little port here. Or depot, I should say. And then no track yet. A station here. Can we get everything in? We can. Would be nice to maybe do it. Like, can we get everything in like that? Is there a? No, I think we'll just sort of do it like this. Like that. Then can we actually build track from here going through there? Yeah, we can. That looks nice. That's all we need. Connects to the steel mill. Then we're going to have track going down here to Tarcoola, because apparently that's the name of a place. I love you, Australia. You are great fun. We're going to build a large station here. That's going to loop back around. This encapsulates most things. Can we get everything of the medium? I think we'll go for a large station. Okay, we've got all of our stations built. Now, let's switch over. What's your other bonus? No, that's fine. But the track building being higher sucks. So we're going to go with the cheapest steam engine purchase. You've got goodwill there, car maintenance, that's all whatever. But being able to get the trains for cheaper is going to be really nice. So we'll have bauxite coming back as well as potentially some passengers. But let's do this. Single track, that's all we actually need. Yeah, we'll take bauxite down here. What about wool? We have wool there. I can go to Woomera. There. I like that. And the idea is we'll just have one train going back and forth here. So you're going to just take goods up here. And that's it. Okay, sorry. Right, I'm rambling on. Yep, that's the way. You can go this way. That's it. That looks perfect, I would say. And look, we've still got lots of money spare, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to need 3 trains. And good thing is, they're all a little bit cheaper now too. So I quite like the look of this one on the left for the left here. You've got passengers you can take up, iron and coal. So maybe that's what we do. You take 1 passengers, iron, coal. You must be full. And no, that's it. That's fine. And up to here. Okay. You then sell demand if at the station. Yes, that's fine. For now, nothing. Okay, just to reiterate the strategy here, the reason why we have the depots going along here and we're going to have 1 train going across it is because this all counts as foreign track and we lose a percentage of our revenue. Now, that is a percentage of the revenue of the journey undertaking place. So if we start the journey from here, even if the goods came from over here, they're still valued as if they came over here. But let's say we go from this depot all the way up here with some iron, coal and passengers, they actually will count as being the journey itself will only be priced from these 2, essentially. So, but we'll get the full value of the cargo from here. A little hack, I'm hoping anyway. So we're going to need to sort of have you start waiting for cargo. Yes, you must be full, I have decided. And then you just dump everything there. And as soon as we have something ready there, that's when we will look at building a train from here all the way across. But yeah, we can actually utilize these if we want. And there's quite a lot going on here. Cattle, wool en masse. Lots of wool. It's everywhere. Right, where are they building? Alright, I see. Very good. And by very good, I mean not really very good. It would be nice to get another train going, please. Okay, that's clearly going to be forever then. I'm going to have to, I think, improvise a little bit here. We've got wall there. I think I might get something going on with Woomera. Yeah. Come over here. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's bring it here. Lovely. And I think we may need to double track it up a bit. We're also going to need to make sure that we actually build water and sanding towers as well. That's something I've not even considered, but for the most part they can all go here. Mostly. We'll need to build a bit more on the right, but as long as we have at least these for now, we won't get caught out. Right. I think I might... The Pacific is probably the way to go. Although it's all... No, I'm going to go with this. It's half the price to run this train. And over here we want to take some... possibly grain and passengers. Over to... I didn't actually build a station here. There we go. There it is. Great. Great. What am I starting with? Probably the wool. Let's get some passengers going, shall we? Passengers, mail. We need to make some money. So that is indeed what I'm going to do. You're going to go to Woomera. And then take that, convert it to goods. Oh, but that's it. Come down here. And take the passengers and a grain. And that's that. So at least we have something making money. But that is really frustrating. I mean, this has been... What do you mean you can't reach the station? Oh, God, are you kidding me? I seriously do that. I'm very annoyed at myself here. Ugh. Right, anyway. This has finally gotten going. So as soon as that's there... We will have it will be returning with stuff at some point. But not just yet. Okay, lovely, right. Now, let's maybe go for... I wouldn't mind a Pacific there, but it's so expensive. I'm going to hold off on that. I really hope this works. Okay, lovely. Right. Passengers, iron, this, caboose. Must be full. And you're all about... Oh, no, that is not where we're going. We are going along here. And you're going to take nothing back for now. Okay. There it is. Oh, that's a pretty good train, for gradients anyway. So yeah, that's nice. We are not going to be very profitable at all for the first year. I should have bought my own stock back, actually. Although I've not made any money yet, so... I should be able to buy my own stock soon. The stock price should start to drop. But I just simply don't have the purchasing power, actually. Right, off you go. I'll have to gradually build these up over time. I'm glad I got this extra service going here, because at least that'll give me some money. Okay, the woo... Oh, no, this is easy. The Woomera flyer. Ah, had to be done, didn't it? Okay, got a train there. Let's... bring in one more, but let's set it for nowhere just so we've got it, and then we have all of our trains that we need, at least. So we'll get by. Okay, back you go. Right, if any train has a priority, I think it's this one here. So I may change that over time. Right. Anyway, you're going to come here, you're going to take all of this. And yes, you should wait until you're full. Over here, we're going to go... Yeah, we've got that. We've got passengers. We'll take a couple of steel. We'll then go down to this place. And actually, from here, leave any undemanded cargoes on the train. Although, maybe we just leave that at the station. Hold up. We need to think about further expansion opportunities. This would involve... Where do we take this steel? We'd possibly take it back. This would be quite a good place for it, actually, so maybe we do take it back. So in fact, I'll leave cargo on the train. We will take 1 passenger and we will take 2 bauxite as well. And then you will go back to here where you will leave undemanded cargoes at the station. I think. At least be half full. At least be half full, I think is the plan here. Does that seem okay? Let's see how this works. I really hope I haven't messed this up at all. Right, I'm going to build a quick water and sanding tower in the middle here for this other train service, because it's going to need it. At least if it's in the middle, we should be fine. How are you getting on? Yeah, you see that? Look at that. 300k that's going to make us, even though it's just doing this journey here. We get 100% of the profit, I think. So we're currently making a loss. Actually, I skipped the annual income there. But yeah, 14k loss, actually. That's about to change. I'm going to wait just a moment. Oh, a bit late. I was going to say, before this one gets there, I want to buy some shares, because they will suddenly jump up in value. And what have we got here? That's good, yes. Come around. Actually, you should not be taking anything other than that grain, I would say. Okay. Do you want cattle over here? I don't suppose you do. I think of something more valuable anyway. I'm so close to being able to... Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do about that. About now. No. There is not much I can do here. I'm just going to have to leave this as it is. Okay, in customs. Didn't really think about that. 317k. I could use that right now, because then we can get some roundhouses going. That is something I would like. There we go. The poot. Done. Right, you're unloading. You're then going to take... Yep, 1 passengers, 2 steel sounds perfect to me. And then you're going to take 2 bauxite as well. Across. The bauxite can then go over here. And we'll take the steel there. That gives us some aluminium. Oh, hello, I see you. Southern Cross over here with the goods. You've got the goods. So actually, yeah, you take this. That stays on the train. Oh, just perfect, really. This is all working out quite nicely. You're going to take, once you do... Where are you now, anyway? Yeah, you're going this way. Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong train. This one here. Right, lovely. You've got a bit of a distance to go because you're coming around here. The Great War is over. News of the end of war in Europe sends world demand for goods soaring 35%. Well, the good news is we're going to be able to capitalise that in quite a major way once we get some both aluminium and steel over here. Because we're going to send a train back here. Then we're going to send a separate service probably down here to pick up some, or to process some goods. Yeah, that's kind of ideal, really. Okay, I'm going to have to double track this up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean completely. Yeah, there's no... I've done this stupidly, but it is what it is. My own fault. There we go. Alright, now that that's done its thing, and we're getting close to being able to... Hang on, let me just make sure this is all looking very good. Yes, you will drop everything off here. You will pick up more of them. You're going to take all the way back the passengers, the double bauxite, double steel. And that is going to be amazing. Very profitable. And then you'll dump all of that here. You'll then take all of that over here. Process, keep the steel on board. Keep the passengers, I suppose. There's enough passengers here. Yeah, and then we'll take everything over here and we'll get 4 goods out of that. Which we can... Oh, we can always take it down there. But I think this looks much nicer. There's a lot more going on here. We've got grain there. We've got cattle farms. I'm not seeing anywhere to take the cattle, though. And I'd be damned if I'm wasting cattle kind of getting through here. That does feel a bit... Yeah, but I have a feeling that's the only way to do it. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. I don't think I do want to do that. Right, I can buy my shares on leverage, but boy, would I be... I'd be pushing that. I think I'd rather go down the buying my own shares route this time. Should point out I have already put a roundhouse here. So that will help us, and I think I might put a roundhouse here, because it then covers the 2 routes. We only need 1 roundhouse here, I would say. But yeah, we're still a little while away from being able to do that. We are, like I say, we're still a company that is losing money, but that will change gradually over time. Oh no, we are making money. It is just very gradual. And I may actually need to go for better trains, to be honest. These ones are a little bit slow, and they are struggling with the high tonnage stuff. How much do these weigh? 65 tons each. That is quite a lot, actually. Right, dump that there. Okay, good. And then once this makes it across, there you are. Yeah, at least we have some passengers. We'll get some good revenue out of that. A group of Sydney and Perth businessmen have offered you 1.1 million to connect their 2 cities. The sooner the better in their minds. So Perth and Sydney. Sydney is over here. Perth is down there. So doable. Very doable. At least with single track anyway. I do think expanding out this way is quite a good way to go. I've got to say. Is there anything worth buying? The steel mill at some point will be. Oh, there we go. There's some money. But, yeah, this is not looking great so far. I think I might lose the mail. That's just giving us nothing here. And over here, Tarcola. Yeah, you can stay there. Woomera. That's fine. Hang on a second, isn't... Yeah, you can take passengers. Where's Wyburn? That's the middle one, isn't it? This one. That's Tarcola. No, you can't take passengers. You've got the grain. Well, that's fine. You can take passengers. And in fact, you can probably take a second wall as well. Maybe, actually, from Woomera, we actually just go easy on that. Because then we can start taking goods elsewhere. So you see there, 97% foreign track, just in case you wanted to know. And we're now finally getting some stuff back the other way here. Did I not build a... Oh, no, I've not been able to, have I? No. I'll get that going soon. Yeah, the maintenance costs on this train are going to increase quite a bit. At least we've got this coming in, so we will be getting some more money soon. Gotta wait for that to come back. Hello, the 282 Mikado. This is one beast of a train. Absolutely crushes it on hills. In fact, we could probably get much higher revenue if we perhaps utilize it a bit more. I am very tempted to see if... Can I even issue a bond? What's my credit rating? Pretty good, actually. I was not expecting to be that good. I would love to replace all the trains, but I feel like I've got to wait at least until we get this money in. Because that'll put me back in the green and I can plan from there. Okay. Good above average. That's much cheaper than the Pacific and much better. More expensive to maintain, but the fuel costs are less. Also, whilst the train costs are slightly reduced, that might be a really good way to go. What do we say? We spend all of our money on that? I think we do. We will be a lot more profitable straight off the bat. So I'm going to replace everything here with that. You're going to take this now as well. We'll also replace you. We absolutely need to replace you. And train 4 will wait a moment because we need it to depart, because it will get very confused. But these Mikados are pretty solid trains, like I say. But yeah, much faster. Okay, that's better. Now we can replace this. Alright. And then, with the last bit of money we have, we'll throw a roundhouse here. Okay, everything is now sustainable. And not to mention, all of our trains are much faster. Do a quick comparison of them. Bearing in mind, let's pump these up to sort of 60. So much better. Oh, yeah. Okay, we have dumped the steel and the bauxite. It is now being transferred over here. We don't make a lot for this route, but we will at least be able to get some businesses going potentially soon. Our second annual report, I think this is. We are, once again, making a loss. I wonder, though, if we are at the point where maybe it's worth picking up a couple of shares. Well, one lot of shares anyway. I might even... Can I buy back any stock? It was around the 60 mark, wasn't it? But here we go. This will actually be a profitable train now. Good, good. Automobile usage exploding. Very well. That is absolutely fine. Okay. You're in customs. Guess we'll get a bit of money from this. There we go, that's good. Now you're dumping a load of stuff off here. Economy growing. Have I set this to full? I have set this to full. As long as the train going between is full, we should always have fairly steady routes going here. So dump that off, and off you go. Great. Now I'm a bit worried about passengers getting confused on each side and we may end up taking our own cargo back. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be most unfortunate and very unprofitable. We're still not making much money. This is proven to be quite a tough one to get started here. But yes, there you are. Oh, hang on. You've heard that block signalling could improve your overall routing performance. It looks good on paper, but to know if you should try it, you need to have the study done yourself. That'll take 12 months and cost you 50,000. Yeah, let's do it. I realise that cost me money, but if it ends up being good, then hey, sure. Right, you're waiting for cargo. Right, it's going to be a thing now here, isn't it? That is a bargain. That is very good. That would be really good on a short route. I wonder if an alternative strategy is to potentially put shares into a different company. That might be a good way to go. Buy someone else out. That could work, I feel. Right, this train over here is doing a good job. But we are not making money. This has proven to be a little bit problematic now. I'm getting a little bit concerned. Okay, we're back in the green, barely. Thanks to some earnings at the very end of the year there. I have got to make this work kind of as soon as possible, but bloody hell, track is proving to be expensive right now. 300k, why is that so expensive? Is it that far? I guess it is. I don't really have... Oh, hang on, I do have the option to... Yeah, you know what? Let's try at least get our debts marginally down. It's something, right? This is an additional train we can get going here. We're going to have to settle for a medium track here. That looks good, though. That's all we need. We can upgrade this station down the line if we want. The main thing is getting the goods going here. So we'll go ahead and build that. I'm going to go ahead and probably bring in a cheaper train. I might bring back... This isn't so bad. That's not so bad. Is it cheaper to run? It's more or less the same. Would love to get this going, but I don't think I can do that. Might have to go for Mercado. I think I will. Alright, over here. Let's get 2 of these, 2 of these, make sure it's full, and that's it. Bring it to Southern Cross. From Southern Cross we go passengers, and we, for now, we take all the goods that we can. Lovely, right. Just utilising all these things that we're making here. This should be somewhat profitable. This should be cool. Still not. It's only mediocre for now. For now, anyway. But here we go. That is making some money now. Because now we're actually making money off the steel, which we weren't doing before. So that is going to be a nice boost to our income. Okay. Your block signal study shows that you could expect an increase of 50%. If you install such a system, it will cost $250,000. What, an increase of what? I don't know what it is. You're not telling me what it is. An increase of turnaround time if it's signaling? I'm going to say no, we can't afford that anyway. Which we really can't right now, even with this coming in. That's still a bit rich, isn't it? Right, let's go water standing here. We'll have a roundhouse incoming someday. But for now, let's just sort of get this profitable. So we have a nice profitable train down here. Ooh, that's only going up there as well. Oh, that's 400k. Finally. Looks like we're going to start seeing profit soon. So in fact, I'm going to buy some more shares. There we go, just a little bit. I might, dare I even buy back some stock? Just ever so slightly. My personal wealth is next to nothing, essentially. But we will get there. I'm hoping. Got to get to 40 million somehow. Right, I think I know our next expansion, and it's going to be going from Southern Cross all the way over here to Geraldton, because we can actually connect to all of these houses and this oil well, and we can take that oil well over here to the oil refinery. Bit of a no-brainer that, I realise, but, you know, just thought I'd lay that out. This is proving to be very good here. We're starting to see things become a bit more profitable. Maybe not so much there. That is very lucrative. I'm going to pick that up. These won't be because there's 2 of them, but that's fine. As long as there's always at least 1 of them there, we should be fine. The bauxite mine is lucrative. We'll pick that up. I don't want competitors taking up these businesses. That will help us at least with our yearly debts to some extent. The coal mine's mediocre. The iron ore mine's mediocre. They can stay as they are. That blocks at least into station turnaround. Will that really help us that much? I don't mind you asking me each year. I really don't mind that if you want to. I got a bonus as well. Hey, I'll take that. 600,000. Sure, that's not bad. There we go. Put the steel in there. Nice, 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 nice. This should be lucrative too. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And we'll be able to take some of the goods down as well. So what I'm actually going to do here is reduce this to 1. No, not yet. Take all the goods for now. Because you should have another set there. Yes. We'll want to maximise our profits. Which is now finally starting to happen. Yep. And what are you waiting for? Cargo here, which will be from up here. There it goes, and you can see the chain here. Ah, why did you go instead? I think you should be a priority then. Or maybe you should be a priority. Yeah. I think I will make that. You're a priority. You're a middle. The top train here is low priority. You should also be low priority though. Yes. Okay, good, because you're a very short distance. Sorry, just kind of getting the... You've got the longest route, so you should be a top priority train. Above this one as well. That said, there's no reason why we can't double track this up a little bit. Oh, that was a bit weird. No, that's fine. That's good. Oh, that is really nice. To make this work, we are going to need about 800. Okay. Let's make our debts cheaper, considerably so. And we'll issue 1 extra bond. Alright, I'm liking this. We're finally starting to see some results. A single track costs about 400k, I think it was. This is another 5, so 700 roughly. Like this, I guess. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, that was a bit weird. Let's do it from here. I think we're going to need the Mikado for sure to make this work. 400. Oi. You know what? Maybe you'll do. You're quite good on a gradient, but you're better. Is anything due soon? Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. You'll be going in customs, but you'll be right. We also have this one here in Rumera if we need to. But hopefully the debts aren't too expensive. There we go. Okay, I'd rather a Mikado. Always would rather a Mikado. Right, from Southern Cross, we're going to go past 2 passengers, 2 goods. And we're going to go from here, we're going to go 2 passengers, 2 oil. Which means we're going to switch this out to that. Lovely. Right. Ah. You know what? That's fine. No, that's fine. Don't wait till you're full. Wait till you're half full, I guess. Yeah. Just take some passengers there for now. That will do. Okay, over here we need to get a roundhouse going as well. We're going to have to wait on that. Wow, just in time we've built the roundhouse here. That is good news. Okay. Anything else we can probably... This actually must be... Yeah, it's on the good side now. Mediocre, you can stay mediocre. We've got goods there. It'd be nice to go from Woomera to somewhere else as well. By the way, there's nowhere that demands diesel, I should point out, so yes, we can produce it, but, or from here rather, but there's not much we can do with that, so that is what it is. But yeah, it's a bit of a gradient here, but it's 4% and we're taking lighter carriages, and I think the Mikado can just about handle it. Maybe I will go with the station turnaround times now. Okay, very good. How are we looking profit-wise? 900,000 a year. We are certainly heading in the right direction. Good bonus there from some passengers. That'll get us off to a good start next year. We also have Carnarvon over there. Not really, caring too much about that. Do we maybe want to up the steel and iron game? I think we do. Yeah, dare I say, we actually do. Even if it's just for a little while. Okay, the Kalgoorlie Kangaroo. I mean, it had to be, didn't it? You didn't. Oh, you had one passenger. Okay, good. We're taking some oil, just so at least we're taking something back here. Yeah. Oh, that is such a good, cheap little train. Maybe, do you know what? If I can make something work over here, just with some basic passengers. Oh, I don't even have the money. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, just a cheap electric track. And have them take, look, passengers there, across. Oh, bloody hell, that's a mountain. But if we can get a large station going, we can connect to everything. And that would be massively profitable. Okay, fantastic. Let's just assess this. See how it can work. And then from here, that can absolutely work. Hang on. But we have to get you have to get all of this in. So from there, it's about here, wasn't it? There. Like I say, very cheap and a very effective train. This is also quite good, but this is even cheaper. We would be crushing it in terms of our finances, and that would just give us some additional revenue every single year, no problem. Okay, the steel mill is very lucrative. We're going to have to issue a bond to grab that because I cannot have somebody else taking it. That will give us a good bit of money each year. Yes, fantastic. How about the aluminium plant? That must be looking good too. It's gushing cash. So again, oh, did somebody else just take that? Oh, they just took it. Adelaide and Peter. Oh, you know what? Screw you, dude. Actually, screw you. No. Either way, I have been putting money into buying shares as well as buying back a few shares too. So that is a thing I've been doing. But maybe instead, do we have anything big coming in? No. Right. I think once I get a bit more money, because I'm going to have to use electric track here, save up to get another $500,000 and then we'll go from there. Alright, we may want to consider replacing our manager. We don't really need the steam engine purchase anymore. Engine purchase in general we could make cheaper, plus, have a look at that, passenger revenue higher. Alternatively, track building being cheaper and stock prices being lower could also be a very good short-term thing. So do you know what, with that in mind, can I issue another bond? Yes, I'm going to do that now. Let's get this service going, and then it's all about buying back shares after that. So how far along can I put this? That is the sweet spot right there. Lots of passengers and some mail. That is in range, yes, of the port. Good. Right, electric track. Oh wow, that's a bit unfortunate, but it's good enough. Over here. That's it. Do we maybe want to go with that? No, do you know what? It's cheaper to do it like this, actually. Yeah. Not much coming back, but hey-oh, there we go. Grab this little thing, and away it goes, taking... Let's go all out for now. And then from here you can sort of halve these. Yeah, we may even... We'll go for the full lot for now, but I'm probably going to replace it with a dining cart, I reckon. This should be quite profitable, no? Yeah, that is looking quite good. What else have we got down here? Lots of logging mills. Got paper there. Always an option. Brisbane, and then getting over to Sydney is also an option too. But yeah, this will be easy money because this train will be quite cheap to run. So again, let's actually cut this down. Dining, passengers, passengers mail. And I think that's it. Yeah. That'll be good. Did I also... Brisbane... From Brisbane, we'll go with the sanding tower. Sorry, sanding and roundhouse is all we need. We don't have enough money. Alright, well, I'll build that at some point later. We're seeing some of the passenger pickups get a bit confused here, which is unfortunate, but that is a shame. So taking passengers up then back again, that's not good. I might want to alter that then. In fact, removing the passengers across at all sounds like the best way to go there. Let's have a little look at how we're doing this year. We are almost at $1 million in profits. I am going to continue to buy back stock now, as well as pick up some more shares. Purchasing power is looking strong. It doesn't look like there's a lot of events. There aren't a lot of events that change the stock market yet. Yet anyway, that could obviously very suddenly change. Quite horribly so as well. It would be nice to get a service going down to Sydney, maybe taking a lot of passengers to and from Woomera, because with Woomera we do have goods constantly available, and in fact if we perhaps tell the train here that does take the passengers for now to not take those passengers, we might have a constant supply of them, which would be quite good. Oh no, we are seeing the stock market decrease, so it might be worth building up a little bit of a cash position in case there is a little bit of a crash. That could benefit us quite nicely. A train wreck. That's annoying. At least I have the money. And I believe it's this one here, which as you can see, I have decided to go doubling up. But that really does screw us over, and that is a big problem because that's a very key part of our service, isn't it? Which means we're going to be a little bit short-handed for a little while and not making as much money. But nothing we can do about it, other than just sit and wait for the wreck to go and for business as normal to resume. This is going to start taking double the amount as well. Are we taking double the amount here? I think we probably should be, shouldn't we? If we're not taking that passenger anymore, we'll go doubly up there. No. Double up the steel. And instead, we're going to go massive on the steel ting. Double bauxite, in fact. Screw that, yes. Whew, that's a heavy train. But you know what? That's fine. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That gonna be a lot. That gonna be a lot. Although maybe I don't do that this time. Instead we go like this. Yeah. For now. That's what we do. Okay, I am now issuing a couple of bonds to get us a nice little million here. Started expanding this route here. I might actually give this... Oh yes, keep it at a nice flat 0, shall we? In terms of the gradient, or as best we can. Because the end bit here is quite extensive. As you can see, it's going to be a pretty sharp drop, but that is what it is. We're nearly there, actually. This is totally worth issuing one more bond. And can we make this a medium just? Let's go for large station. No, let's get everything. Passengers, all that good stuff. Let's now bring in another Mikado. I did make this non-electric. If I did make it electric, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Just bloody expensive. Oops, I need to actually give you a station under command and stuff like that. Let's have you be passengers with free goods. And from Sydney, you are going to be 2 passengers, maybe 3 passengers and a mail, possibly. But yes, we'll start off here. I may just make this 1 train, and I also have to make sure that you are at least half full, I think. And the same kind of goes on the way back, really. We do need to make sure you are as packed as possible. We've almost connected to Perth. We'll get a nice million if we do that. In fact, dare I say, if I just quickly build this, I will get that million, right? Yeah, that's it, right? Technically, we've now done it. Sydney and Perth connected. Player 1 earns 1.1 million. Would you look at that? Now, let's go ahead and repay some of the most expensive debts with that million. I think is the way I want to go there. Yeah, that seems like the smartest thing to do. So, we've managed to essentially get that last bit here, all the way here for free. I am going to need to obviously build some checkpoints for this train because it is, yeah, it's going to travel quite a bit, as you can see. So let's perhaps build 2 checkpoints with water and sanding there. And possibly one in Ivanhoe. There. Water and sanding. Actually, water, sanding. We don't have that money. I should really connect to that and have a quick stop off to pick up some more wool. Yeah, look, we can absolutely do that. Missed opportunity, if you ask me. I might actually move that station, or just build an extra one. Plus we've got a second one up here. Now we're talking. Maybe then we just take this, because it's quite a steep hill. We don't want it carrying too much when it's going up the hill there. But yeah, this is definitely our next leg of growth, and it's going to be this extensive line here. And I think we're going to get at least 2 trains running on it as well. I might just keep it a single track now, though, for now. Don't really have much choice. We are struggling here, though, to even get the bronze. I don't see that happening, believe it or not. I may have not gone about this the right way, unfortunately. But that is what it is. Did you get the water and... Yeah, you did. Okay, good. Have you got enough to get there? Yes. Okay, let's build a quick little one here. Maybe we just do this. Can you not do it from here? There it is. Right, lovely. Water, sanding. Done. Economy cooling. Fine. Water, sanding there. We will need a roundhouse, obviously. Probably at each end as well. But once you go here, you're then going to go from there to here. You're going to make sure everything stays on the train. Leave undemanded cargoes on the train. And grab a couple of wool. Beautiful. Right. Oh, look how much that second one will bring in. But that is also because I went for an extra passenger instead. When really, I don't know if we're always going to get all those passengers. But for now, we'll have that as it is. That was on the way down, so it's not so bad. Are you in customs? You are. Okay, customs house it is. I never have money. Maybe. Here. Yeah, let's go passengers. Free passengers is definitely better. Passengers double wool. This is gonna slap. I love it. Come on, show me the money. Oh, I didn't quite see it. There it is. Or just for the goods. Just to think of how much extra the passengers are gonna give me. A lot more. I think it's still calculating this. Oh, it's because it's going to Ivanhoe first, so we won't know until we get closer to the time then. Okay, we've got 10 years to go. I'm not going to lie, this ain't looking good. This is not looking good for us. I may have botched this scenario. I guess it was about time I properly botched one, wasn't it? What have I done differently? Probably focused on more passenger routes. The only problem is the initial capital is... No, it's pretty good. It's just... Yeah, you need to... I don't know, maybe a route like here, Sydney to Ivanhoe, but then we wouldn't have had the Mikado to begin with. An alternative strategy would have been to invest in a competitor, build up some more capital from them, and then have a lot more of my sort of investment income, as it were. Funding, yeah, that could have worked really well, actually. Right, let's go ahead and buy a load more shares here. I'm definitely doing that. And we'll buy back some stock as well. Okay. Right, I now own over half the company. Okay, a recession ahead. This is a chance to potentially buy back a lot of shares. With that in mind, it might be worth me buying my own stock as well, right before this gets there. So I think I might do that. Ooh, purchasing power is reduced. That ain't good. I need this to get in now. Quite badly. Oh, it is going down quick. If the economy crashes, we are screwed. If we see an actual stock market crash, yeah, we are screwed. But hopefully, we'll just about make it. Just trickle along. Just a little bit. Come on, you're nearly there. I can't buy any more stock because remember this goes into customs as well, which I didn't get around to buying a customs house. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Any moment now. And the tension is killing me. Oh, that's one already in. That's good. That's really good. Okay. We did make a good bit of money, actually. In fact, that is very nice. Okay, remember, I currently have stock prices as lower. I will need to make sure I change that. I definitely want the fuel costs. Train safety is nice. Track building a lot cheaper. Okay, we have got direction here. Let's go ahead and buy back some stock right now. So that should help at least. Yeah, that really does help me a lot, actually. Well, I managed to buy back a fair bit of shares. Let's actually start doubling you guys up so you can cross each other and we can keep this flow going. Although... oh, is it going to work? Just about. Whew, very nice. But yeah, they are speeding along quite nicely here. Unfortunately, our competitors are slowly buying up some of the handy little properties here, the businesses rather. But that's okay. This business is doing... how's this line doing? Yeah, it's getting us a good 100k a year or so. I suppose that's worthwhile. I do suppose it is. But really, we're just trickling along right now. How am I doing in terms of share ownership? I own about 2/3 of my company, which is fine. But like I say, purchasing power is absolutely constrained, and that's with the economy back on track. Profits have absolutely plummeted. That would explain it. In fact, with that in mind, it might be worth considering. That's because these take more than a year to, I think, progress. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's fine. Economy forecast growing prosperity. That's fine. Do you know what? With that in mind then, I might be able to pick up a couple more shares. Yeah, leveraging myself a little bit, but it's right before we have some big trains coming in. Yeah, let's do that. Then I can buy back some more shares, very close to full ownership. And then I can start kicking it back out to myself. As long as I get the bronze, I'm happy. Alright, I'm almost at a point where I can start thinking about that fuel manager to increase my payments because we've almost bought back as much as we can. Very close, actually. I might see if I can get this over the line. There's 6,000 shares. Buy back stock, done. Okay, let's go overview. Let's change you from the stock price manager down to the fuel cost manager because we have a lot of Mercados and they will now... oh, we don't have any money. Did you just sell some stock? I think they did. Let me take a look now. The fuel cost has gone from 51 down to 43,000, which is really good. So I'm quite happy with that, although there's some shares outstanding there. I would kind of like to buy them, but I don't think I'm in a position where I can. But that's fine. I basically own the whole company here. So it's time to start kicking money out as dividends as we get them, I think. What is my situation there? About 10 million worth of stock. We've split 2 for 1, of course. Kind of went a bit bonkers there, didn't it? Okay, if we're to look at sort of maybe some further expansion, first of all, I wouldn't mind paying some sort of dividend to myself. Say if I can make a little 100k a year or so. But we've got the likes of the sheep farm here that we can possibly connect to Broken Hill, which then can connect perhaps all the way down to Melbourne. I'm sure you demand some goods and you can bring back some passengers. That would be a nice route, actually. A very nice route. Maybe that's something I think about doing now. 7%, maybe? I'd have a little teeny train basically doing this. Sort of going from here, and then a secondary station that would do the main route. That is... yeah, that looks really nice, actually. We can fund it entirely with the profits from these as well. So they're about to come in. And even if we just take out 1 bond for it, I think it would be worthwhile doing. Okay, here is leg 1. We've got the wool being transported to Broken Hill Textile Mill. That will be nice and profitable. On a very cheap route there. Remember, this train runs for next to nothing. This in itself will be profitable enough. We'll go ahead and bring this back down to 2. Like so. And it's got to be full when it goes, so... that should work quite nicely. We're up to 1.1 million. We can already start on leg 2 then of this expansion. We'll go ahead and we'll bring this out of interest. No, it doesn't demand any other wool or anything. Bring this over here. Probably as far along here, but still connected. Yep, that looks good. I didn't realize there was iron on this side as well. Yeah, anyway. Do we want an electric train? I think we'll go for steam because we have the reduced fuel cost, so it should be worthwhile just doing it this way. I might need to wait for perhaps another train to come in. How are these guys doing? Looking okay. We've already had our sort of... Yeah, no, it's fine. Boom, time's ahead, which means we're going to have quite cheap debt. That is wonderful timing. Let's go ahead and pick up... Oh, you know what? Let's actually pick up cheap debt like so. There we go, 1 million. Pause this for a moment. And let's make the connection down to Melbourne, not Sydney, Melbourne. Ooh, that's a bit unfortunate. I think this might be okay though. This looks like the best spot. Yep, I think that's it. We're connected to the ports, we're connected to everything. Beautiful. I don't think it gets better than that. Sugar. It has pulpwoods. Well, that's because of these. Not really. What it demands is wool. Wool and grain. Sorry, but there is no grain. But that's fine. Right, anyway. Part 2. Let's go. We want from Broken Place Hill. We'll take a passenger, but we'll also take 2 goods. We'll take 4 this time. And bring it back down to 2. And then from Melbourne, you're just going to take... We've got new passenger cars, by the way. They weigh a lot more than the previous ones, don't they? But that's fine. We'll go with passengers. Just passengers. Loads of them. Go. Right, that should be profitable enough. We will absolutely want a standing tower, water tower, roundhouse here. Great. And I think over here we've already got... No, we don't have anything, but that will last a little while. Suspending the dividend, that's fine. We can have that. We can have that. I'm getting close to making the bronze, but I've only got 5 years left, and that's all I'm going to be able to do, I think. So goods here actually converts to fertilizer, but I don't think that helps us unless we want to take it to, say, up here. But I'd rather have the passengers, personally, because they're worth quite a bit more. There we go. Money is rolling in. Water and standing towers here. Very good. I think you might be able to take 2 up at a time, actually. Given the time it's taken you to get over there. Unless we go for shorter trains. Which isn't a bad shout. And just take even more passengers. I think that's what we do. Yep. Take that over here. Up you come. More trains, more money. This is going to be... We'll have to buy out this textile mill at some point as well. Okay, I'm starting to think going for 10% higher passenger revenue might be the way to go here. That could be very good. Yes, the cost will be a bit more, but it will just give us an immediate boost to revenue. There you go. Take a look at that. I mean, eesh, that is very nice. I think it's time to start throwing out dividends so I can maybe get myself to a 0. At least in terms of my cash, and then that way I should make it. I really don't know if I am going to make it to the bronze even. That would be embarrassing, going from doing quite a good job this entire playthrough to nothing, essentially. We'll go ahead and we'll pick up these as well. We'll increase my income slightly. But nothing else seems to really be making much profit these days. I mean, the company doesn't seem to be making a whole lot of money, which is a bit of a worry. 5%, 6%. I might want to repay the odd bit of debt as well. Oh no. Wait, I did it. I've had to get to 40 million. Spectacular win. Now that was worth the wait. The land down under was ripe for plunder. You've left nothing but the bones. No greater glory to be had here. Well done. Did I get the gold?
Good going out there in the
How busy if I had to get 40 million?
Now, from one of the most desolate places in the world to the most populous country in the world.
Well, awesome. We got the gold. I must have completely misread the scenario conditions and just completely forgot about them. But there we go. We managed to do it. We managed to get the gold on which way to the coast. So, hooray. I guess we did all right in the end. So, fantastic. Next time is the People's Train. This one is really interesting, and you're going to have to see why next time. That minus 20% track maintenance is quite good, because there is about 5 million worth of track maintenance each year at the start. It's pretty bonkers. but more on that next time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I shall see you next time.